Stop in traffic. Sips the big thrills. Yeah, you know you can't be mad at it.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to another episode of Wet, Dry, and Slightly Shaken.
Wow.
That was good.
That was
wow,
really
that just
good.
rolled off the tip of my tongue,
That
too.
was like, set a
Did
tone.
you get chills?
Yeah. Okay. Like, we might have to honestly just set that as a...
For everything?
For every single episode.
You know, maybe.
That was really good.
Yeah. Well, speaking of intros, at this point, I think we'll probably have released our theme song, which you're recording your parts to Wednesday, this week.
I'm very nervous.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
But I just want to deliver.
You're going to deliver. I have faith in you.
I have faith, too. I just think it's going to take a few test runs.
Yeah, but that's okay. Because it does. I take a few test runs.
I just can't sing.
We're going to auto-tune you. It's not going to matter.
I need to sound like T-Pain.
Yeah.
On this
yeah,
track.
and you're going to be rapping, too. So it's going to be... You're going to give the people a little bit of everything.
I was thinking about it last night, and I've come to a conclusion.
Which is?
I have to wear sunglasses while I do it.
Oh, yeah. Put yourself in the vibe.
Once I have the sunglasses on, you can't tell me nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. You're in your own world at that point.
Yep.
Those things really help. That's why, like, in some of these studios, not any that I've been to, but, like, a lot of the guys will be in there, like, rapping or whatever, and they'll have, like, a girl in there with them, or they'll have, like, their bottle of whatever, and they're just putting themselves in the club, in the booth.
Yeah.
And it helps.
Honestly,
you know?
Yeah. Nick's
Totally.
coming.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
As he should. As he
And a
should.
bottle.
And a
Well,
bottle.
we already said I definitely have to.
You're gonna need
little.
just to loosen up.
Just-
but it's
right.
really fun, and I truly feel like because I've been making music for so many years, like it's such a fun experience, and to see it like you have a super skeletal, like dumbed down version of the song right now,
Right.
But you don't know what it's really gonna be. Like I have a vision of what it's gonna sound like, but you don't really know.
That's why I'm excited.
Right. So it's fun to see it transform though from that like super simple version into what it is, and the whole process is just so much fun. If anybody ever has an opportunity in life to make music, take it because it's so much fun.
You might be getting flooded DMs after
Yeah.
saying that.
I
People are
hope.
gonna be
Let's
saying,
hope so.
Can I please?
Yeah. Well, I have I printed the lyrics so we could go over them a little bit just to get the people ready about what is to come. But first, we're gonna make a drink.
Yes, which I need.
Yes.
After I had a stressful homework day. So hit me.
It sounds like it. If I had to do homework or take a quiz like you, I mean, I haven't stepped
6
foot in.
times.
Yeah, that's rough.
My back, I was hunched over on my computer trying to make notes on the side and everything, and it's like one of those where it locks the screen so you can't even open Google, so like you really can't cheat.
Right.
I mean, I guess you could pull your phone out, but
Yeah.
I'm not going through all that. So I'm sitting there, my back was killing me by the end
Yeah.
of it. I was like, I need to hit the studio for a laugh and a drink.
Yeah. Well, how long was the quiz in general? Like taking it one
First
time?
one took me 27 minutes. After that, they were all about 15.
Okay, but 6 different times?
Yeah, I was like, holy fuck. Like,
Listen,
I'm
at least you had the
hurting.
option to take it multiple times, but like I said, I have not stepped foot in a classroom since 2009, so I give you a lot of credit.
I hate taking tests.
Yeah. All right, so the drink today is going to be an amaretto sour, but we're going to bump it up a little bit with a little bit of bourbon and a little bit of what, I mean, you should know by now, Natalie and I love ourselves a drink with some egg white in it. I don't know why. It's the frothiness, I think, the texture. It's rich. It seems luxurious. It looks pretty, and that's what we're going to do. So for this drink, you're going to need amaretto because it's an amaretto-based drink. You're going to need bourbon, lemon juice, simple syrup, and an egg white. So it's pretty simple ingredients-wise. It's not a ton.
And it's real sour mix, not the fucking
Right. So
disgusting-
here's how I feel about sour drinks that use sour mix, like any kind of sours or margaritas or whatever. Your actual liquor, when you're using like a store-bought, like super sugary, filled with a bunch of stuff, like your liquor doesn't really matter because at that point it's getting so over like powered by the sour mix and everything in there. But this drink, for our sour mix, it's really just lemon juice and simple syrup. So our ingredients, I wanted to be quality. A quality amaretto, not any like on the rack amaretto. So we've got some Di Serono, And then I don't know anything about bourbon, but this bottle looked cool, so it's Noble Oak is what I got, and it's a double oak bourbon.
I'm here for it.
I don't know anything about bourbon, but if the bottle looks nice, then it's probably nice.
From here, it kind of is giving a Casamigos vibe.
Oh, bottle-wise?
Yeah, like I can't really see much, but it looks like a Casamigos.
Well, Casamigos is shit.
Well, I don't drink tequila.
Yeah.
But I feel
We'll
like
get
that's
into
what
that.
everyone thinks is like
So
grade A.
I'm going to make this drink first, but then afterwards I want to get into tequila for a second because I've been on a new tequila journey and I want to tell you about it.
And I want to hear about it.
Okay,
because
so
this
let's
is
do
news
this
to
drink
me.
first. So it's going to be 1.5 ounces of amaretto.
Yum. With the cutie jigger.
1/4 ounce of bourbon. So not a lot. The bourbon is really just to like warm things up. 1 ounce of lemon juice. And you know how we feel about our citrus. It must be
Freshly squeezed.
freshly squeezed. There's no other way. And then 1 teaspoon of simple syrup. Now, I've said this before, and I think I misspoke the first time I said it. Simple syrup, if you're making it at home, is equal parts sugar and water. Today, though, because I felt like it's fall and we're adding a little bit of bourbon, I did brown sugar simple syrup
okay.
instead of white sugar. And
I thought that was agave for a second.
no,
honestly.
it looks like it.
Yeah.
But it's gonna give it a more like caramelly, rich flavor, and I feel
Yum.
like because of the bourbon, it called for it. So 1 teaspoon, I'm just gonna do it up. And then the egg white. So this is the egg white from 1 egg because it says that you need 1/2 ounce. So I feel like that's it. 1 egg. 1 egg white from an egg.
We don't like to look at it, but
Yeah.
it's like when I'm trimming meat. Like I know the final product is going to taste great, but I
Right.
hate looking at it.
Yeah.
The veins.
Sometimes you just don't want to know.
Right. Often. Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss. So first you're going to dry shake this. And you do that because there's an egg white in here. So the way to make it super frothy is to dry shake it before you wet shake it. So a dry shake is just no ice. Now that it's frothed, you're going to add your ice. A quick little shake just to chill it. Okay. And then you are going to strain it into your glass with...
That's a nice strainer. Look
Yeah,
at
but
that.
it doesn't have the... You're going to strain it into your rocks glass with fresh ice. Strain it over some freshies.
Wow.
All right.
Look at that. And we got some protein in there.
Some protein from the egg white.
Health.
That's for you. This
Thank
is for me.
you.
Realistically, you'll garnish this with like a cherry, but I didn't stop for any. So,
It smells delightful.
does it?
Cheers.
All right, cheers.
That is good.
I like that.
That's delicious.
That's really good. That tastes like a push pop.
I was just gonna say it tastes like if they had pistachio creamsicles,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's good.
This is really good.
Oh God, you know what that means.
Well, I only had 1 egg white, so drink slow, Nat. All right, cool. I like that.
Wow,
That's
I
impressive.
love that.
You know, I was a little unsure because of the bourbon because I really don't do bourbon.
I feel like you don't taste it at all.
I don't think you taste it at all.
I wonder how it would taste with regular simple syrup. Like, would it be as good?
I don't know.
Not the brown sugar simple.
I don't know.
'Cause that
I
might
like
be giving it the little.
edge and it tastes
Yeah,
like fall too.
it
I
does.
feel like it tastes like a fall.
That is really
cocktail.
good.
All right, cool. Successful
Wow.
second cocktail. We will link everything for you like we usually
I love
do.
this.
Good. I'm so glad you like
Yeah.
it. All right, cool.
I'm very excited about this. All right, well, now we have to talk about what I don't love, which is tequila.
Okay. So there's this guy on Instagram. His handle is the Tequila Collective,
Okay.
and he breaks down just tequilas. And according to him, the tequilas that we all love, like Casamigos, Clase Azul, even the 1942 that our friend Tequila brought for us that episode
Ugh.
last season,
Couldn't even.
are all crap. They're all filled with a bunch of additives and syrups and things, very minimal amounts of it, but it doesn't make them pure tequilas. And it's stuff to make it taste sweet and to make it taste good so that it's a little bit smoother
Tastes
and
good.
things. Well, no tequila will taste good,
Yeah.
according to you. But all the celebrity tequilas and the big name tequilas are really not, they're supposed to be like, you can have a certain amount of additives in it for it to still say it's like 100% agave or blue agave tequila, but they still have these things in them. So all of these like celebrity tequilas or the tequilas that we think are so good are really not, and not good for you. And the tequilas that are really like made in Mexico at these,
Like
places
pure,
or whatever are really pure, and it helps also with your hangovers aren't as bad, and your that feeling isn't as bad because it doesn't have those sugars in it, and they're supposed to be even smoother to drink than those tequilas. So I'm embarking on a tequila journey.
Okay.
He posted like an ask me anything question, and I asked him, what would you recommend because I'm gonna now call myself a tequila beginner because what I thought I knew, I don't anymore. So I asked him, what would you recommend for like a sipping? Because I don't want to mix it with anything. I want to sip on it over ice or whatever. I know it sounds gross. And what would you recommend? And he answered it, and he gave me a few options. So I'm going to go and start this tequila journey.
Are they as expensive as those 1942?
Less expensive.
Wow.
Less expensive. And you're supporting, the people who really spend their lives dedicated to making tequila rather than someone who just slaps their name on it and has people create it for them. So there's a few in there that I'm really excited to try. I will keep you posted on my tequila journey.
I am very excited. I wonder if he has like a sister account that does this for vodka or even for gin. Like are there people that provide good
for gin? There has to be. But it's really opened up my eyes to good quality liquor.
I'm extremely intrigued, and I want to hear more about this.
All right, well, I'll keep you posted.
And maybe we will have
a tequila
episode,
tasting?
Yeah, where we taste some of these good tequilas.
Yeah, I you know what? I'm going to taste a couple, and I'm going to bring in some that I think, you know what? Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you'll sip on one of these tequilas and be like, wow, I knew my whole life I hated tequila because I was drinking shit, and now I'm drinking the good stuff.
You can't fool this palate.
Yeah. So if anybody even has any recommendations of tequila they really love, the trick is though they don't tell you if they're additive free or not. So that's gonna be
So how does this guy know? He's doing his
there's
research?
some like apps and stuff. I think that he recommends that you can put in the tequila, and they'll tell you like if it's an approved additive free tequila or not. And he also said there was one trick. If you pour a little bit of it onto your hands and you rub your hands together, if they're sticky, if there's like a little bit of tacky, it's because they have an additive in it. It's because there's some sugar in it. But if it feels like super smooth, like almost like rubbing alcohol, then there should be no additives in there.
Huh.
Interesting, right?
Very interesting.
So this is my new project.
Food for
my
thought,
tequila
liquor
project.
for thought.
Food for thought, liquor for thought.
I wonder where this guy is located. How fun would it be to have him come sit with
so
us?
much fun. He's in California, though.
Well, if he makes his way to
But maybe
the
we
East
can have him
Coast.
call in or something.
Yeah.
Or I'll like send him a question or something, a few questions, and have him answer them for us.
Because I'm extremely interested.
I'm extremely interested.
I feel like there are so many, just like alcohol-based things that are so like interesting to me. So
yeah,
obviously, well, they don't know. My boyfriend is in the liquor distribution business, so he's very much so into like wine pairing with food.
Nice.
And me, I'm like throwing ice in my red wine, so everything tastes kind of the same. I just, I get it down. He like, he's the first to be like, can she have a side of ice? Because he knows in certain places I'm like embarrassed to even order it for myself. But, so I sat through like a class, not with him, not related to anything. It was for a job of mine, a past job, and they went through like the breakdown, the very surface level of like what goes with what and what a full body wine even is. And it's just like, it's a whole new world.
There's
really.
A science to it.
There really is. And
real science to it.
Mixology too. Like you go to those fancy bars in like Manhattan and whatnot, and these drinks that they're making and how they're making them, and the specific ice cube that they're going to use to shake it or stir it, because if you shake a certain drink, you're gonna ruin its,
Yep.
the whole
You'll
build of the
bruise
drink.
the alcohol.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, wow, it's so much more than what I always thought it was.
It's so much more. And so much more than we show on this podcast
Yeah.
because we're not at that level.
I'm not a mixologist.
We just like a good drink here and there.
I'm your most basic bartender
Yeah.
who's gonna bitch and moan her whole shift
Exactly.
until 5 minutes to closing.
Exactly.
But
and then even after that.
If I
Right.
didn't walk out with as much as I wanted to.
Right.
for
But there
sure.
is really a science to everything and the way the
Yeah.
flavors balance. I mean, even the drink we just made. Like
This is great.
there's bourbon in here, but you don't taste it. It's acidic, but not at the same time.
No, it's
the egg
really
white, I think,
not.
balances it out.
Yeah, it might neutralize it.
It
I don't really know
neutralizes
how
it,
the
but there's such a
pH
science to it, and you don't really know. And then on the note of wine too, like, and I don't understand why or know why, but like I like my Cabernets from California. That's how I prefer them, and I specifically like more so a Cabernet when it comes from California. Maybe I just
you're good
had
with
a
this.
different.
You always know what comes from what.
My Malbecs I like from Argentina. My Sauvignon Blancs I like from New Zealand. Like a very specific areas, and there's definitely a reason because of the way the grapes are grown in
Right.
those areas or whatever. But it's funny. You really do tell.
Yeah,
You know, you have a preference
until you put ice in it. Like
until you
my
put ice in
trash
it, and
ass.
then it's fine.
And then it all tastes the same. But
Right.
it is definitely interesting to me. I enjoy the bartenders who are very much so into it. I wouldn't even call them bartenders. They really are mixologists.
Yeah.
Honestly. So they had us take a training session with this mixologist too, and he was showing us all the different ways and the proper way to actually shake a drink and how
Yeah.
long you're supposed to shake it for. And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
I mean, I know that you're supposed to shake it side to side, the shaker. You're not supposed to shake it up and down.
And if you're straining some certain drinks, you should double strain,
Yep.
even if there's no like garnish in there, just so the way that it's
it
going
falls
just
into the
it's
glass.
Like, yeah, like,
Yep. There's a whole.
But my whole thing with that is like, and I was explaining this to my boss at the time who had us sit through this and was like, did you guys get that? Are you writing notes? And I'm like, I could sit here and write all the notes you want and I could have all that information memorized. But the truth of the matter is when I'm moving and I'm trying to get out as many drinks as possible to, for you, put as much money in your pocket and mine, no one's sipping on, especially if it's their second or third drink. They're not even tasting
No.
the difference at that point if
No.
I double strained it or
They
not.
don't know what double straining even means.
I
at
mean,
that point.
I do have an appreciation for that kind of work and dedication put into anything.
Yeah.
But when you're just trying to make some money and you're trying
And
to
you're
make
just
it
trying
quick,
to pump out these drinks
you
as
got
fast as you
4
can.
to 6 hours to make as much as you can.
Yeah.
I'm not double straining shit.
You know what? Don't sit me through a mixology class. Sit me through a flair bartending class.
Yeah.
You want to really give me something, a tool that'll really make me shine behind the bar. Teach me how to throw a bottle upside down and catch it.
People
With my
would
toe.
love that.
People would love that.
I mean, you
Some
saw me.
flair bartending.
I couldn't even pick up your phone before to read something off of it. I dropped it. So imagine me throwing a fucking bottle in the air.
I think it would be so much fun, though. Could you imagine the both of us behind the bar and just chucking liquor bottles to each other, doing a spin, catching it?
Sarah, how many times do we bump into each other behind the bar? Imagine we were getting that theatrical back there.
Your ass is big, and it
It
gets
is.
in my way all the time.
And then she says sorry, and it's like, I'm the one.
Well,
I'm the problem. she'll hit me sorry, and it's like, Sarah, we know who the issue is here.
It's not me.
you. It's not you.
No, but I am always sorry.
I'll bump into you, and I don't say it. I
Yeah,
just keep it
yeah.
moving. You know that I didn't mean to hurt you, and that's it.
And that's all you need to know.
That's it.
Let's keep it moving.
Actually, this past Friday, what did I look at you and say?
What did you say?
I want a drink.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I said,
Make one.
make one.
Yeah.
Make one.
And I did, and I only got like 3 sips in before it got watered down, and I was busy, or didn't get watered down because apparently I have a method.
Natalie, I'm telling. So one time, you might have even said it on this podcast. I'm going to comb through every single episode after this to find out. I swear you told me something about the way that you make a drink.
I mean, I
yourself
make
behind the bar.
my drinks very specific, but there's no way that I have a way of not icing them down.
You said something about using some kind of water or something, like from a bottle, so that your drink doesn't get like.
I mean, I'll use a bottle so because certain places have that like icky
Weird
tap water,
gun water.
Yeah.
I know,
but
I forget what it was, but I will find out.
find it.
I will find out. There
'Cause
was
my
something
drinks
you said.
are watering down
Yeah,
quite often.
I like a watered down drink.
I like a watered down wine, honestly. And the other night, I always want red wine. I just prefer the taste of red wine over white wine, but I like that white wine is chilled. So like at my house, I'll put red wine bottles in the fridge. I'll also still throw like a whiskey, like a big cube in there so it doesn't like melt too much, but just to keep it, I like everything cold. So, but the other night what I was doing, which was delicious, I actually unfortunately killed an entire bottle of Pinot Noir this way.
Why is that unfortunate?
This is why I keep you around. Killed a bottle of Pinot Noir, chilled bottle, put a big ice cube in there, so much so it barely even melted the ice cube, and then I top it with sugar-free cranberry.
Oh.
It tasted like, sometimes sangrias are like too sweet and too fruity. It just was
the perfect blend of red wine and sangria.
Seriously. Like maybe I would say like an ounce of cranberry in there.
Okay.
And a fat pour.
A fat pour.
A 9-ounce pour, I would say.
Maybe I'll try that.
I'm telling you, sugar-free cran, though, because you don't want to wake up with that headache. I didn't have any headache. Pinot Noir is light in sugar as it is.
No,
or so they say.
I drank a lot of sugary things this weekend, and I didn't have a huge hangover like I thought I should because I mixed a lot, which will always put me over the edge. But I did have a headache. It was one of those, like I woke up. I've also been waking up, and I don't know if anyone's experienced this, but let me know if you have. The worst hangxiety ever.
I always get anxiety.
Yeah, it's horrible, and it wakes me up at 6 a.m., and I have this overwhelming anxiety feeling, and it's from drinking. It only happens when I had been drinking the night before.
Yep.
I can't go back to sleep. I can, like, my breathing gets weird. Like, my...
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, my chest gets tight. Like, it's really, really bad anxiety.
Yeah.
And so I had woken up at 6 a.m. with a headache, took some stuff. But that was as far as my hangover went. And then a little bit later on, the anxiety goes away. But I'm looking for something to, like, combat that anxiety, whether it's, like, like a CBD pen or
I was going to say just smoke.
Or,
it's the only way honestly, and I hate feeling like, especially if I'm already hungover, I hate, like, that feeling of being high where it's, like, now I'm, like, so lazy and I don't want to do anything. That's why I hate being hungover in general. But, like, if you're really physically feeling like shit, and I guess also just anxious would go along with it immediately. But, I'll hit a bong one time. Yeah. And I'll definitely be like stoned for a hot sec, but everything goes away after that.
Yeah.
Once the high wears off, all the hangover wore off too.
Yeah, I'm not a big like weed person. I never was. Yeah, I never really will be, I don't think.
But these days I'm not.
Yeah.
I just need something
to get rid of that, because then what happens is that I can't sleep. So like I'll wake up at that 6 a.m. mark, can't go back to sleep.
Yep.
And then that's what makes me hungover when I really probably shouldn't have been at all, because I didn't get those solid like extra hours of just sleep. If I just was able to sleep for another couple hours, I would be golden.
Why don't
it
you
prevents that?
Take, like, I always take Advil when I get home after a night of drinking every single time, like my preventative Advil, I call it. But maybe if you took like a melatonin with your Advil,
maybe,
and you could just hopefully keep sleeping through.
Maybe that's my second journey that I'm gonna go on. Okay. Is what can I do to combat my anxiety?
After your first journey, you might not ever have a hangover.
Yeah, you're right.
The good tequila might make all the difference.
And we've come full circle.
A solution to every problem.
A solution to truly every problem.
Or if you're me, you find a problem to every solution.
You act like that, but you don't really feel that way. You're a pretty positive person. So positive that we had nothing that was making us dry last episode.
I'm sure I did. I just didn't share it.
Yeah, well, we'll do that later at the end of this episode. Our wets and our dries, which true to ourselves, we always forget to do, and we'll continue to forget to do. So I'd say I'm sorry.
But we're not.
But I'm not.
Because if we were, we'd change.
And we're not.
And we're not. And we haven't, and we still are not going to.
Yeah.
I'm not over how good this is. Dangerously.
I'm so glad that you like it.
Like, love this.
I have to give you the recipe, and you can make it.
I'm going to make it Friday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Make it Friday.
And I'm not going to let it get watered down.
No, yeah. We have all this stuff.
So let's talk about work together. Because I just think it's funny. I love talking about it with anyone. I love talking about it with my mom when she calls me, how was work? I just think us working together is comical.
It is.
Because the way that it always goes, it's become pretty routine. Okay. I walk in, Sarah opens, so she's there all day. Yes. I come strolling in. Honestly, I feel like I'm never late.
No, you're never late.
Sometimes I'll get there early, but pretty much I'm on the dot.
On the dot, yep.
I'm walking in at 4 on the dot.
Yep.
Sarah's usually has, like, her lunch crowd has died, but she's a couple, like, stragglers,
right.
what you'd call them, and happy hour crowd.
Yeah.
And whatever. And I always come in, the first thing I do is go over, get my seltzer with a shit ton of lemon juice, come walking behind the bar.
Your espresso.
Or my espresso, which they were out of on Friday.
Yes.
Eric got an earful about that.
We'll
Where
get
are
into
they all?
that, yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Don't you know I'm here? Don't
Yeah.
you know I need to
that
be
I need
caffeinated?
this to finish my shift?
Everyone's going to get an attitude.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could leave my house 10 minutes early to stop for Starbucks, but I'm not going to do that.
No.
I'm getting my free espresso
Yeah.
via company.
Exactly.
Thank you.
It's just an espresso.
That's it.
Yeah.
Or 3.
Or 3.
Maybe a French vanilla one.
Yeah, if they're in stock.
Which they never are.
Which they never are.
And I walk in, and normally we just kind of look at each other and do a little laugh. Because we already know it's going to be funny.
The first thing is a little, hey.
Yep. Hey.
How you doing?
And then
I eat.
Sarah eats.
That's when I take my quick little break.
If she eats.
If
she's
I
like
eat.
a vampire and doesn't really eat.
God.
Every shift, the second I walk in, I'm talking about what I'm going to order when the shift is over. It's 6 hours from now.
Yeah.
Except Friday, I realized I didn't order anything.
No, you didn't. You didn't eat anything last week.
I forgot.
Yeah, I did. And it did not sit right.
Honestly, that might be why I didn't order anything, because it hasn't been sitting right.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, us working together is comedy. Sarah knows that I don't want to take any tables because I hate serving tables.
Yeah, so because there's 2 of us on the bar, we also take a couple tables just to keep things interesting, so we don't only have a bar crowd.
But now let's dive into that. Let's dive into waitressing or serving
versus bartending.
Because I think that this is an interesting topic that a lot of people,
if you're in this industry, you definitely have a preference, I feel.
Right.
You know, or you definitely feel a way about it.
So obviously I would assume that you prefer bartending, right?
Honestly, it depends.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me hear your take, and then I'll provide you.
Well, primarily I bartend.
Yes.
I only serve 1 shift out of my 6 of the week. One of them is a serving shift. It's my last one.
So it must be a nice switch up at that point.
I prefer it that way because I'm first out, so I'll bartend during the day, and then I'll jump on the floor at night, and then as soon as things die down, even the slightest, I'm out of there.
Good, as you should be.
Goodbye. I don't have to wait. I don't have to close the bar. I don't have to do anything of that. Serving, I like because you can walk away from people. Like when you're behind the bar, you're always on. You're
on
behind
stage.
there. You're on stage. You have to be on it, talking to people. We have now so many fun regulars that come in that talking to people is the easiest part because there's so many people I just love talking to, and they know about my life, and I update them on my stuff, and they talk about theirs, and it's such a fun time. Bartending is definitely a lot more fun and personable, like with people. The money is usually better on the bar, though sometimes it depends on the day, like and the place. Like some places that are more family, like restaurants, you know, they have more parties and things like that depending on the day of the week. If you have a Saturday night or you have a Sunday and it's more families and partying, you don't really have a big bar crowd, then you're going to make more on the floor. So it really depends. The way that I've designed my schedule is like the perfect balance of being on the bar and having my last easy peasy. Like I know when I get to that last serving shift, it's my last shift of the week because I do my doubles all in a row just to get them all out of the way.
So it's a breeze.
And then I breeze through it and I make my exit. So I like them both. I don't prefer really one over the other, though I do more bartending.
I fucking hate serving. Sarah knows this. So the 2 tables that they give us, Sarah, just every time that they're sat, I don't even look at them. Yeah. Honestly. And I'm not even doing it intentionally. It's just that I think I hate it serving so much that I don't want to look at them. Yeah. Because I mean, in hindsight, I didn't waitress that long, but I just feel like like the year span that I was serving, I just feel like I worked a lot at that point in time. Yeah. And I did the whole like passing out the napkins. Hi guys, I'm Natalie. I'll be taking care of you. And I said it so many times that it haunts me. And I just have so many like, the only thing I will say about serving that I like better, and I'm not even going to say that you could walk away, because if someone's annoying me at the bar, I'll walk the fuck away from them there
that doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. So
watch me walk away.
Right, watch. Exactly. I will stand as far away from you as possible if that's that case. But I do like that serving, they have, like, most places anyway, you stagger out. Like, you came in first, okay, you could leave first, or you have the smallest section and you don't have anyone sitting there, you can go home. You're not always closing, where I feel like when you're bartending, you're pretty much always there till close. So in that aspect, kind of sucks. But otherwise, bartending in every way is better. Normally, the people who sit at the bar are
more cool and casual. Totally.
Right. You're not going to have to deal with, like, babies screaming and
families,
throwing their
kids,
shit on the floor. Or, like, sorry, but super elderly people who are complaining about everything. They don't want to sit up on a bar stool, so you don't have to deal with that. And I love my elderly people, but not in a work setting.
Yeah.
When I'm moving quick, I can't be dealing with the, excuse me. No.
Yeah.
Go sit at a table.
Yeah.
So I don't have to deal with you.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, bartending, I just feel like you have more room to be yourself.
Definitely.
Like, my bar guests at every job I've had, they, like, really do know me, and they'll like come in and be like, what's wrong if I have a puss on my face? Because I could have a puss on my face as the bartender and be like, sit down, let's have a drink and fucking talk about it. Yeah. Whereas at a table, I feel like you have to put on this, like,
you're the fakest you've ever been.
How are you? Yeah. Like, sure, you need a side of ranch. Like, my voice goes so high, it could fucking shatter glass. I didn't even realize I could go that high. And I'm like, just everything about it. I just feel like bartenders, and even thinking about, like, the bartenders that I really like, they're so real. You come, well, what's up? What are you drinking? Like, and I'm like, I love you. I love everything about that. I hate the, hi, what can I get for you today? Like, breathe, be yourself.
Because there's little bits of time when you're serving a table that you actually interact with them and talk to them.
So you have to make it perfect.
Right. You're taking their order, or you're dropping their food, or you're checking on them, or you're whatever. You're not, when you're behind the bar, you're always behind there. So you can be in a conversation and then walk away and then get back to it and whatever. You could talk to people more and definitely show more of who you are than if you're serving a table.
And what I realize is the Natalie pace doesn't work waitressing. People want to sit down, they want to eat, and they usually want to get the hell out. Yeah. People at a bar are kind of just there to chill. Yeah. So that works with my pace, which is laid back. Yeah. I'm not going to be running around. No.
One thing that I do think is always funny when we bartend together, and it happens every shift, because, listen, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, management-wise or anybody-wise that I really, truly at this point think it's a distribution problem, because I've seen it firsthand. Like, your reps and your whatever that come in and they take your liquor order and your beer orders and whatever. They play games with you, and then they don't bring it on time, or it's a day late, or they bring it and it's in the middle of my Thursday night, 6 p.m. Like, so I'm not putting anything away, unloading it right now. We are always out of things, though. And it's comical at this point. And there was one night, Natalie and I were behind the bar, and I don't just mean that we were out of a beer or two or three.
Yeah, the Peroni, I think the Stella, we had to be out of at least 4.
It would be easier to tell you what we had in stock, and that was Bud in a bottle and maybe Bud Light on tap, and that was it. Mm-hmm. That was all we had to offer people beer-wise. No other beers on tap, no other beers in a bottle. And the attitude and the looks and the comments we got from customers telling them that we didn't have anything really.
Like I said, as if I put my mouth under the tap and drank it all myself. What do you want me to do?
Mm-hmm. Now, you had some of those fun people who were like, there was a couple different people who asked what we had on tap, and I was like, I'm really limited right now. I literally just have Bud Light. And they'd be like, well, what about in a bottle? I'd be like, Bud. That's it. I'm really, really limited.
It's a really bad day here.
And they would laugh and be like, all right, well, I didn't want to make it this kind of night, but I guess I'm doing liquor. And they'll switch it up, and they were cool about it and fun about it, because it's not our fault. Right. But then you had some people that really like
me. I always get them too. I feel like no one
it's more
to you. What the fuck?
They complain more to you.
They see me and it's like sucker on my forehead, and they're giving me like unloading everything on me. I'm like,
as if you went into their mind and asked what beer they wanted and made sure you were out of it.
Yeah, I
like,
get
it gave you such pleasure to only have 2 beers.
And the first couple, and I am honestly nice to customers. I really am. Like, no problem, whatever. And the first couple people, I'm so sorry. And then towards the end, I would look at Sarah and specifically say it as loud as I could. Yeah. So that they could hear me, like, as if I drank it all. What are they so mad at? Yeah. Like, I drank it. Yeah. What do they want from me? I don't do the fucking orders. Like,
no. 'Cause sometimes you have to, because people, I try and think like, if I'm going to sit at a bar or if I'm going to the bar to get a drink, like if I'm by myself, which I would never do, then maybe like I'm in a bad mood. Oh, do you? I don't usually just go out and sit at the bar by myself.
Sit at the bar by
get
yourself
a drink.
and watch how good you're going to feel when you leave.
Okay.
Even if they don't have one goddamn thing that you want.
But my point is, if I'm doing that, I'm probably in a weird mood. Like, I need it. I need it for myself. I'm in like an odd spot. I need to go sit at the bar. I need to get myself a drink. But if I'm there with like some friends or family, I'm in a great mood. I'm coming to the bar. I've got my peeps with me. I'm ordering a drink.
Yeah.
So you're not going to mess up my mood because you don't have what I want on tap.
Right.
Like, that's not going to happen.
It should never happen.
But that's
you
what
have
I mean.
A problem.
These people,
then.
I don't understand how that can so bad. Like, you're at the bar. I wish I was on that side of the bar with you. You're hanging out with your friends.
Chill the fuck out.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah. Honestly.
I'll get you something.
Yeah.
I'll go through every single liquor I have in this place for you.
I won't. Look. Take a look.
You have
and
eyes.
Me. And if not,
you can see the bottles.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Talk to you when the delivery orders in that I don't do because I'm sick of it. I really am. And it's like, it's so unbelievable the amount of attitudes and not even just when I'm working. Like, I'll be out sitting at a bar and I'll see the way that people speak and it's like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is a little bit different, but like same type of thing. Like, first of all, everyone is understaffed right now. So like give people a minute. You know what I mean? Like, have a little bit of patience. I have no patience. Yeah. But when I'm out, like,
take all the time you need.
Right, seriously.
Because again, I'm in a good mood. I'm probably having a chat with my friend.
Absolutely.
And take as much time as you need.
I'm at Stop and Shop the other day. The lines are really long. And it was Labor Day. So, everyone's off. Everyone's food shopping.
Right.
And, like, the amount of people complaining, bitching, moaning, whatever. Like, you came here today. This is on you. Like, don't start yelling now at the cashiers who are doing the best that they can and moving as fast as they can. Like, what is wrong with you? So there was like a young guy online next to me. We weren't on the same line, but we were like basically moving at the same pace and moving up and moving up. And I'm like looking around completely like flabbergasted by how everyone's acting. Like, this is insane. Get offline and go the fuck home and go like make whatever you have in your cabinet. Like, you don't have to be here if you have such a problem with how they're moving. Right. So the guy looks over at me and he was like, you're probably the only person in this store right now not complaining. And I was like, yeah, you too. And he was like, it's refreshing to see. And I said as loud as I could, like, yeah, because there are worse things in life. Yeah. And they're doing the best that they can. And if they could move faster and get us all out of here, don't you think that they would? Right. And, like, everyone around me, I feel like, got silent. Because it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, give people a fucking second. It's really, and that's how I feel at work sometimes. I mean, I don't really, like, I'm not going to lose sleep over it anymore. I used to have those days where I'm like, I had asshole customers all night. And I would, like, go home in a bad mood. And now I'm like, I feel worse for you. I don't feel
leave
bad
it
for
there.
me. I pity you. What are you so mad at? Life is short.
What
Relax.
are you mad at?
Yeah, like, because I don't have fucking optical illusion on tap.
Right. I didn't drag you here and then tell you I didn't have your favorite beer.
And if that was the worst part of your day, then
if that
you
was
had
the
a
worst
good day.
part, then you had a fucking good day.
I'm just, and I'm over putting, and so to sum up. Yes. At a table, you'd have to put on that, I'm sorry, blah, blah. At a bar, it's like, okay, sorry, see you next week. And that's how I will act at this point. Yeah. Like the couple that sat at the end of the bar that I was in the middle of doing something and they had like, someone just got up and they just sat down. So I wasn't able to wipe up the area. And she's like, excuse me, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, just give me 1 second. And she's like, can you come and wipe this down? I said, yes, if you just give me 1 second.
Yeah. I know. I think we've also just been in the game too a very long time. We do a really good job, I think, at putting on the show. But there are times, where especially like one of my biggest pet peeves too, like more specifically serving, when you'll go up to a table and be like, hi, how are you? And they'll go, Diet Coke.
Yeah, and it's like,
and I'll repeat it. I'll go, how are you?
I love that.
I have to. It's
as
in me at this point. I can't hold it back. Hi, how are you?
Right,
Diet
I'm
Coke.
a person.
How are you? I said, how are you?
Yep.
You'd like a Diet Coke?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't. Talk to me like a human.
Yeah.
Talk to me like a person.
Because you are a person.
Because I am.
And you should be spoken to like that. To say like,
and we can have a great time here, you and I, today.
Yeah.
Don't you want that? Because I want that.
Right. Mm-hmm. I haven't been working here for this long with all these regulars for no reason. Right. People fucking like me. Yeah. Maybe not you, but me.
Maybe not you.
So that is like how I feel. But I definitely feel like this summer I worked the least that I've ever worked.
Have in a while.
And in a sense, it was a breath of fresh air because I definitely have been feeling like, you could clearly see it that I'm getting a little bit fed up with this industry.
Right.
So it was nice in that aspect, but at the same time, I feel like I didn't really come back recharged. I came back like, wow, I really fucking don't miss this.
Yeah.
I don't know how I ever did this 4 doubles in a row, Thursday through fucking Sunday.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Open to close all days in Long Beach. What the hell was I doing?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, you were also in a different place then, too.
Ugh. I was so used to being snapped at and like, yeah, what can I get for you? And now if someone snapped their fingers at me, I'd be like,
no.
You're not addressing me like that.
You're not talking to me like that.
You could go. There's the door.
Yeah.
Well,
like last Friday, somebody got kicked out.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, that was probably the fastest that I was moving all night, so I couldn't even really see what was happening.
Yeah.
What happened?
And that wasn't even either of us.
Yeah.
But this girl came and was on something, and I don't just mean too drunk. She was on something else. Had to have been something wrong with her. And she was just causing trouble, and she was just talking a lot of nonsense. And she said to the hostesses, and I get super protective over the hostesses because they're all very young.
Babies. Yeah, they're
so
teenagers.
Like, I can handle it. You want to talk to me like that, you want to come at me, I'll battle with you all day, but you are not gonna battle with these takeout girls.
Yeah, leave them alone.
So apparently, and I wasn't there for this, but she was, saying to the takeout girls, I need a table for 2. And they're like, well, we're on a 30-minute wait. Can I have your name? Whatever. She goes, no, I need you to squeeze me in now. It's like,
who the hell are you?
Who are you? Who are you? And then she was asking to sit at the bar. Yes, you can order food at the bar. Okay, well, so I'm going to order my food through you and then sit there. Like, no, you have to go to the bar, sit, and they'll take your order there and whatever. She wasn't all there. She was on something. So her boyfriend comes in, this big, like, Goomba guy, and sits down with her at the bar. And he's very nice. And I take her order, their order, whatever. I put it in the computer. She's nice to me. Really was like, I could tell she was definitely like cracked out, but she was nice, at least polite to me. And then she had gotten up again and went back to the takeout girls and started talking a lot of crap about our manager. And
did she know her personally?
No, she was she was there though, trying to explain to this person like it's a 30-minute wait. Like, I mean, she was asking them to put cushions on the chairs outside. I'm like, we don't have any cushions. What do you want me to go to Big Lots down the street?
We don't even have rigatoni.
We don't even have rigatoni tonight.
We don't even have Bud Light.
Cushions, right, right. And she was just going back and she started talking a lot of crap about one of our managers. And I fully support this type of decisions of that's it. Nope, you want to talk crap about me. You want to harass my staff.
Yep.
You are out of here. So she boxed up all their food that I rang in, came behind the bar and went right up to that couple and said, I'm really sorry, but the way that you're behaving is very inappropriate. We are a family restaurant. We have a lot of people who want to be here, and clearly you don't, and you don't have to. And she handed them their food and said, I'm going to ask you is your food all to go? I'm going to ask you to pay your bill and leave. And I was right, behind her in that area while she was doing this. And you could tell the guy was like...
mortified?
No. I mean... But not like combative, not argumentative. He knew. Like, you could tell he knew. Like, trust me, I want to get out of here too. Like, he probably was like, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that this is the way that she's been acting. Like, he said very calmly, like, what did she say? And our manager had said like the thing she was saying, and he was like, okay. And like, he didn't argue about it. He wasn't, you're gonna let me sit here and I'm paying money to be here, whatever. Wasn't one of those. Like, you could tell this wasn't their first time.
Yeah, right.
Dealing with her. So, and they got up and left. And I fully support that kind of management style, 100%, honestly.
Because the customer is not always right.
Unfortunately, you're not. No.
I'm sorry to say it. I'm not going to sit here and say the employees are always right, because that's not the case. But the customer is not always right. And honestly, that idea needs to be
squashed. Yeah. I think that's such an old school in anything.
It
in
gives
retail.
People like a false narrative that they can come in and treat
people any the way they want.
Best, right. A lot of them getting paid minimum wage too. I mean, those poor hostesses, what are they making?
Right.
Leave them alone.
They're
alone. Coming here after school. They had a long day too. Like, everyone's a person at the end of the day, and people need to start like acting that way, remembering that and acting that way, and talking to people how they want to be spoken to. It doesn't matter if you're spending money. It doesn't matter. Just be a decent human. Yeah. You're not always right.
That idea has to go in the trash. The customer is not always right.
Right. Title of this episode.
Yes.
because
love it.
I'm sick of it.
I'm sick of it.
And rightfully so. We've been doing this too long. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't need to be undermined by a customer.
No.
Because I'm out of a beer.
Because I'm out of a beer. Right.
Really?
There are worse things. And if that's really, like you said, your problem, you've had a great day and you live a charmed life.
Charmed.
A charmed life.
Exceptionally charmed.
Exceptional. I would love to know what that feels like
Yeah.
for maybe a second.
Yeah. So that, honestly, there you go. That was what made me dry this past week.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's just like...
Yeah. That's a good one. Just the customer's not always right.
It might sound like a first world problem, but it's just people are becoming too spoiled.
No, it's not
here.
a first world problem because it falls into line with, I think, and this goes for not even just restaurants, but retail, into not even just jobs and customer service in general. This just goes into people in general. People these days think they are so entitled. And think that they should be... you're going to treat me the way that I'm telling you I want to be treated, and I am not returning the favor.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And that's what it boils down to. It's that, like, entitled, you're going to listen to me and what I have to say. It's not it. It's not it, because we're all people, and we all have different shit. And as long as you're just respectful and keeping it moving throughout your day.
You don't even have to be the kindest person. Just be decent. Like
Yeah.
the guy who sat down at the bar, and you were printing out his bill, and I said I didn't charge him for his beer, honestly, because I liked him. He was just a nice fucking guy. He sat down. He asked for a beer that we did not have.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Told him, okay, no problem. I'll take whatever. Ordered it. 2 minutes later, he ordered some ribs.
Yeah.
And that was it. And those were all the words we exchanged. And he was just a fucking breeze.
Mm-hmm.
And now you don't have to pay for that beer.
And yeah. And
Just
how sad
decent.
is that?
And he wasn't even he wasn't, hi, how are you? I didn't get his name, nothing. He was literally just decent.
A polite guy that we felt we needed to reward with a free beer because it's so rare.
The bar is so goddamn low.
Fucking low.
Yeah. It's sad. It really is sad. And it's a really tough time to be working for
It really is, because
public,
people, like I said, there's a lot going on socially, politically, and everyone's lives. There's a lot. People are fired up about a lot of things these days. People are passionate about a lot of things these days. And it's becoming very me.
Yeah.
And you can't help it, you know?
Right.
And it's spilling out into, like, everyone's aspect of life.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
we all need to take a step back.
It's rare. Yeah, we all need to just take a fucking step back. Like I had a table the other day they were kids with them, and they didn't have iPads or anything like that in front of them. They were just polite. Like everything I brought over, they said thank you or
So
please or whatever, and I
nice.
complimented them and I said your kids are really lovely.
Yeah.
Because they said please and thank you.
Which I would have gotten kicked under the table if I didn't say.
Right, but the bar is so low.
Yeah. It's true. It's really, really
And people
low.
need to take a second and step back and, like, really just reset a little bit.
Take a goddamn breath.
And especially when you come and sit at our bar, because we don't want to hear it.
There's no bullshit here. If I don't like you, you're going to know. You're going to hear
and like
me
I
say
said,
it to Sarah.
You can have a good time with us because we're a good time.
Paul and Diane will tell you.
They'll tell you.
They'll sit with us till midnight.
It's the highlight of their night. Yeah.
They'll come after dinner.
They'll come after dinner just to have a nightcap with us. So we can make this a great experience or a miserable one.
Yeah, I can make this the worst day of your life.
Right.
You will never drive past this place with a good feeling in your heart again.
Yeah.
So it's all about how you approach me.
Yeah.
When I come over and I ask how you are, do not say Diet Coke.
Oh, no.
That's not an answer.
Because no more am I going to say, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
I'm just going to kick you out.
Yep.
You're gone.
The way you're acting is inappropriate. And there are
You
people
need
who
to
want to be
leave.
here and you're not one of them. So there's the door.
There's the door.
And I'm going to sip on my amaretto sour over there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. But I think a lot of people feel that way lately, that, like, people are just so rude.
I could rant about this all day long.
I know.
On the road.
On the road.
And we laughed about it last season, my road rage.
Your roid rage, yeah.
But, like, over two people coming to a stop sign at the same time and one not wait, like, relax. Everyone, like, it's true. Everyone is so on edge.
Yeah.
It's honestly very
Everyone's on
sad.
edge,
It really is sad. It's
Yeah.
like you are here for, in the grand scheme of things, a flash.
A flash.
So let's just.
So come and sit at my bar and let's have a good time.
And tip well.
And then tip me well. and then leave me all your money.
Because we can have a great time, but if you're gonna not tip well, I don't want to have
that'll
a good
be the
time
last
with you
time.
Yeah, ever
That'll be
again.
the last time we have a good time.
And that person is probably going home and performing only reverse cowgirl. They're so
Yes,
miserable.
exactly.
They don't even want to look.
They
their
don't even want to look at
significant
their
other
partner
in the eyes.
They have an unfulfilled relationship.
Yeah, it starts. At
And
home.
I'm sad for you. It starts at home.
Oh God.
So let's get into these lyrics quick before we
hit me.
All right.
Are you starting? I'm no tune, right? Just read them.
I'm just gonna read them.
Oh, you're reading. Oh, better. You know that I don't want to read.
And then we'll discuss them.
Okay.
So we wrote our theme song, which was a very fun experience.
Don't give me the credit.
I wrote the theme
Sarah
song,
is
which
the
was a very
songwriter.
fun experience. And I had asked, I did like a couple polls, I did a couple questions on like what people wanted to hear. And I got a lot of answers about red flags, about different drinks. I mean, this is Wet, Dry, and Slightly Shaken. It's a podcast where we have a drink and we talk shit. And we talk about a lot of girl things, and not even a lot of girl things, just a lot of things in general.
Things, yeah.
And our opinions are very
Relatable
clear.
things,
Relatable things.
Yeah.
So I wanted the song to reflect that. So I felt that we just needed to start talking some shit.
How long did it take you to write this song in its entirety?
30 minutes.
Love it.
So when Anthony, who is one of the owners of the studio that we're in.
Hold on. Pause.
Oh, Studio Daddy.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, his name's Studio Daddy, sorry. He's my writing partner. So we got together and we wrote a beat, and the beat was good and it was a lot of fun, but I felt like it didn't leave a lot of room to talk the shit that we wanted to talk. So I had him dumb it down into what you have now heard, just a beat. And I was like, let me take it from here.
It's so good.
And once I got that, it took me maybe 30 minutes to get everything. So it starts like this. Not trying to be dramatic, but you got yourself a girl that's stopping traffic. That's you, obviously.
I was going to say, you did not have to blow that much smoke up my ass.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because you need to put your sunglasses on,
Fair.
like we said, and you need to feel like you're going to say some shit. Even if you don't think it's true, you have to say it.
That's fair.
Sip, spill, big thrills. Yeah, you know you can't be mad at it. So that was my nod to our sip and spill.
Mm-hmm.
Sip, spill. Can't tell me nothing when I'm on my shit. Wild days in a tequila haze. That's me going on my tequila journey.
Mm-hmm.
She racking up big names. Skip that line. Somebody better take my phone. What?
You have to throw a cricket in there.
Yeah. Somebody better take my phone. Somebody better take me home. That's like, I got to get out of here.
I mean, when I'm drunk, Dom, last season, you guys saw, had to take me home.
Yeah. But you know those times when you're like, you don't know where your fucking phone is. You don't care. You need somebody to just throw you in a fucking Uber or in a safe car.
Martinis will do that.
Yes, absolutely. Tight fit, loose lips. So that's like looking good and talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I feel a fever coming on. That's like a filler line. Pour it up, drink it down. Are you asking me to stay for another round? Heavy hand when I tip that bottle. I'm living by the motto. I'll see you at the bottom. And that's our motto.
See you at the bottom.
I'll see you at the bottom.
Well, what did you say? The other day, Sarah and I were both making pretty dark jokes about things like very personal to us.
Yes.
And Sarah texted me back, and I was laughing out loud when we were texting. And you texted me back saying, if we're not laughing, we're crying.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That's how I feel. If you can't laugh at it, if you're not laughing at it, you're crying about it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to cry anymore.
But Sarah sees me at the bottom often. And often we're also laughing down there.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah. And you'll see them at the bottom of your glass. I won't, because I don't drink my glasses like you do, or as quickly, or at all ever. And yeah. So that's our song.
It's a masterpiece.
That's our motto.
You emailed it to me. I was in the car driving,
Yeah.
picturing where I was on Sunrise Highway. I opened it within the same 5 seconds that it came through.
Yeah.
You texted me like a minute or two later, like I sent it to you. I'm like, yeah, it's already on.
Yeah, yeah, it's on. It's on.
It is going through my Bluetooth speaker as we speak.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be laughable.
And
relatable. And
if there's any videographer, is that the word, that wants to throw together a music video for us.
Oh my God, please feel free.
Hit my line.
Hit my line.
But
So that's
can you
what's making me
imagine?
wet this week.
Yeah, definitely.
You coming here. And I've already started to like film the process of this experience, from writing it to demoing it for you to now you laying it. And it's gonna be fun. That's what's making me wet, because it's something I love to do so much, and I'm excited to share it with you.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited. I'm very excited because Wednesday I don't have one thing going on.
Yeah.
So that's like that. What a fun day that's gonna be.
Yeah,
you know,
it's gonna be a good
stress.
time.
I got my homework done today. Tomorrow I have work. Wednesday, we're gonna have a day.
Yeah, Wednesday's gonna be
I'm
awesome.
coming in with our big oversized hoodie, big pair of sunglasses.
Oh yeah.
And a bottle of something. I don't know what. And it's coming in that booth with me.
Yeah.
Is it this booth that we're doing or the other?
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it in here. We'll do it in my studio.
I'm ready.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. I'll get on there and I'll do some backgrounds and stuff just to fill it out. But this is your show. And I remember when it was the first time I think I had met your boyfriend, and he came to visit us at work. Visit you at work. He came to see me.
No, he'd probably rather talk to you at this point.
No. And we were talking about the song, and I had mentioned that you were going to sing it. And he goes, "Why does she have to sing it?" And I was like, "She wants to. Like, I'm not forcing this on her.
Please,
your girlfriend
show me some respect.
wants, to fully commit and get on this track."
I just want to be so auto-tuned that I sound sick.
You're gonna.
I'm hyped for that part.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to be like, that's me, but it's not. But it is.
But it is. Because you can auto-tune the shit out of somebody's voice and make it, like, key-wise perfect, technically as perfect note-wise as you can. But you can't there's no attitude auto-tune you can put on someone. You can't fake this. You can't fake the vibe, the Natalie vibe.
The attitude is
the
there.
attitude. Once you put those shades on, it's all over.
I'm going to be pulling up with my sunroof down.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, no one can tell me a thing. And
I mean,
every time I pull up to the studio after this is recorded, this is going to be bumping on my ride
yeah.
here.
I mean, are we going to see Lucy that day? Like, does she have a role in this?
Lucy's going to be
Is she gonna be creeping up a little bit?
She's there.
Like giving you the support, like you're Natalie singing, but Lucy is right here, and she's like,
This is number one Lucy's top played songs. Yeah. Absolutely. She's here in spirit, but she's not physically here.
If you don't know, which I don't know how you couldn't, Lucy's Natalie's alter ego
that no one wants to see.
That nobody wants to see.
But she's always around.
She's always around.
She knows.
Her ears are always open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's waiting for her debut for sure. But life's been too good lately that Lucy's been
too good.
Chilling.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Life's been good. That's what the people want to hear.
Definitely.
All right.
I cannot believe that whole episode is me shitting on shitty bar guests or just shitty customers.
No, it's not, because like I said, it really ties into everything in life.
Like in school, they always say, like, all right, pick a topic for this project that you're really passionate about. It'll make it easier for you. Let me tell you how true that is.
Yeah.
Get to talking about something that you fucking hate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
because it's so much deeper than that.
Right.
And that's not the kind of people we are.
No, well, I saw this quote, and it was like, every single thing in the universe is about love. And even like the ugly, most vile things are still about love because they're about the lack of love.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
Let's turn it to that narrative. Like, let's look at this as a positive thing. I'm so filled with love that it hurts my heart to see people come in and not share that same feeling.
Yeah.
And we're going to end it like that.
I like that. All right. That's a good place to end it.
So we will see you guys next week.
We'll see you next week. We'll see you next Wednesday.
It's going to be a good week.
Now I don't know what to make drink-wise, because I feel like this was a home run.
Yeah, everything after this, I'm just going to tell you guys, like,
downhill.
Slowly.
No, because we have some good things that we're going to do. We're adding now a tequila tasting onto our
pumpkin beer tasting.
We want to do a pumpkin beer tasting too.
And then we're going to have some Christmassy drinks and whatnot. So it'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be good.
But this one was really good.
Good, all right.
So
success.
If I didn't have dinner plans tonight, I would be pouring another.
Well, we're all out of egg
with
whites.
no egg.
Yeah.
But I got to keep it together a little bit for this fucking dinner that I don't want to go to.
Do what? It's now, Natalie, you're acting like one of those sad customers.
It's a family dinner. I'd rather be sitting at the bar alone with not one thing that I wanted to drink there than go to this. I'll tell you honestly. But
that's a little excessive.
On that note, guys,
Natalie's gonna perk up and she's gonna go have a nice dinner with her family, and I'm gonna do some laundry.
We could swap if you want.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye,
See you next
guys.
week.
See you next week.